In this video, we're gonna try one of the best all-you-can-eat tteokbokki restaurants in Korea. Hello from Seoul. Today, Claire and I made a quick stop at an outlet. And guess what? We found the most famous all-you-can-eat tteokbokki restaurant in Korea here. You know, it's impossible to pass by without trying, just like a sparrow can pass by a mill. However, you don't have to visit this outlet because this restaurant is the most famous tteokbokki chain in Korea. So consider our video as a guide and feel free to visit a location near your place. Alright, the name of this restaurant is Dookki, and here you need to make your own tteokbokki. And if it's your first visit, it might seem a bit challenging, but don't worry about it. Let me give you the perfect guide so that you can enjoy awesome tteokbokki in this restaurant. So just follow my lead, you won't regret it. Once you're seated, you will find bowls ready for your tteokbokki ingredients and the sauce. And the server will pour broth into a pot. But that's not enough. If you want just good tteokbokki, that's alright. But if you want to try the best tteokbokki that will change your life, please remember this thing. The taste of tteokbokki is determined by the broth. So if you visit here, make a dash to the station and scoop up some of this fish cake broth. And don't forget to grab some skewered fish cakes too. It's an incredible appetizer. Once you've added the broth, go to the station and pick up the ingredients you want. But remember, the most important thing here is bringing lots of green onions. Yes, more green onions, more delicious. If you've stocked up on green onions like squirrels, it's time to choose the rice cakes. Claire and I prefer these long rice cakes, and the cheese-filled ones are also great. So we'll mainly focus on picking these two types. Now let's talk about the most crucial part, the sauce. There are really a lot of sauce options here, and they mark the spiciness levels with chili pepper icons for guidance. Even if you're good at eating spicy food, I hope you don't try this extremely spicy one with 5 chili peppers. I warned you, so if you ignore my advice and end up cursing my name in the bathroom the next morning, I'm not responsible. Anyway, my recommendation is to take 1 scoop of the Dookki sauce and 1.5 scoops of the Tteokmo sauce. That should be enough to give you a decent spice challenge, so please steer clear of the 5 chili level sauce. Don't even look at it. Do you guys remember Claire has mentioned so many times in our previous videos that dipping various Korean fries into tteokbokki broth tastes amazing? That's why this restaurant has prepared a variety of fries for you. Everything looks fantastic, but I recommend the dumplings, seaweed rolls, and sweet potato fries. Personally, I love Korean style fried squid the most, but unfortunately, they don't have it here. Dookki, if you're listening, it would be so great if you could also offer fried squid. If you do, I might find myself visiting here every day. Anyways, lastly, don't forget to grab some ramen noodles to add to your tteokbokki. Alright, we're so ready. Let's get cooking! Into the broth, add some green onions, cabbage, fish cakes, and bring it to a boil. You know what? There's always one who doesn't follow directions, right? Looks like we've got a raw rice cake jumping in too. Anyways, once the broth starts boiling vigorously, add the sauce and let it cook for about 3 more minutes. Make sure you rinse it with some broth so that you get every last drop of the sauce. When the broth starts boiling, add the rice cakes and let them cook for about a few minutes. And during the time, don't forget to grab a drink like Claire. Remember, this is all-you-can-eat buffet. Beverages, coffee, and even ice cream are all included in the price. So make sure to bring them all and make your money's worth. By the way, it's 11 in the morning on a weekday, but this restaurant is already packed with customers. Koreans' passion for tteokbokki is truly remarkable, right? Once the rice cakes soften up a little bit, it's time to add the ramen noodles. There's huge difference between tteokbokki broth with ramen noodles and without, and I definitely prefer the broth with the ramen in it. It's not just about the flavor of the broth. Slurping these noodles doused in this broth is truly amazing. So if you never tried it before, make sure to add them in. Trust me, you'll be surprised. Now the tteokbokki is perfectly cooked. Let's give it a taste. Normally, when you think of tteokbokki, you probably imagine the typical cylinder-shaped, finger-sized rice cakes. But these ones are almost like giant noodles, aren't they? That's why we love them so much. They're soft yet chewy, and the spicy sweet sauce coats them so well, it's truly a taste of heaven. This time, let's try the rice cakes filled with cheese. When you try this bad boy, please be careful because the inside is extremely hot. Even if you cool the outside by blowing on it, it doesn't mean the inside has cooled down. The cheese inside can be scalding hot like magma. I always say this to you guys, but I still make the mistake of eating it too soon. Yes, humans are doomed to repeat the same mistakes. Anyways, please be careful when you take a bite. Otherwise, this is gonna burn the roof of your mouth and you might suffer for a whole week. Alright, it's time for ramen noodles. As you know, I have lots of great tteokbokki recipes. But believe it or not, I'm not actually a huge fan of tteokbokki. Is it too surprising? However, if I add ramen noodles, the story changes completely. Once those noodles go into the broth, I just can't stop myself. I start devouring it like there's no tomorrow. If you're like me and think tteokbokki is just okay, try with these noodles. You'll probably end up asking yourself, why didn't I love tteokbokki before? Yes, it's that delicious.
라면 너무 맛있어. 두개 넣을 거야 진짜.
Now it's time to dip some Korean style fries into this amazing sauce. So first up, we have the fried dumplings. These are not typical dumplings stuffed with lots of fillings. Honestly, it's not an exaggeration to say that the dumplings are almost empty inside. It's not like juicy dumplings from fancy restaurants. They only contain a small amount of seasoned glass noodles. Here, some of you might say, Aaron, then why do you recommend it? It doesn't sound tasty at all. But weirdly, this thing becomes incredibly tasty with this tteokbokki sauce. I don't know what kind of magic happens here, but it's so delicious. Once you try this combination, you will totally understand what I'm talking about.
맛있긴 맛있다. 별거 없는데 안에 당면밖에 없네.
맞아. 고기 들어있고.
고기 들어있고 육즙 있는 그런 담플링이 아닌데.
This time, let's try gimmari. This is a fried glass noodles in seaweed. When this bad boy absorbs the tteokbokki broth, the flavor is truly incredible. No matter which tteokbokki place you visit, you will easily find that this stuff is a staple. Yes, tteokbokki and this, they're kind of fantastic duo. So if this was a thing on your food radar, you must bring this. If I had to give an award for the best fries here today, I would definitely give it to this sweet potato fry. It's crispy, crunchy on the outside, and soft on the inside. And the pleasant sweetness from the sweet potato with this spicy sauce is truly amazing. Even when soaked in the sauce, these fries retain their crisp texture. Trust me, this will be absolutely a delightful experience.
진짜 나 여기 고구마찜이 제일 맛있는 거 같아.
I was so engrossed in eating, so I didn't even notice I got tteokbokki broth on my arm. I'm not trying to show off my forearm here, which is quite thick and sexy. Speaking of this, here's one more pro tip for you. When you go out to eat tteokbokki, it's quite common to get some tteokbokki stains on your clothes. So I recommend wearing dark colored clothing or ask for an apron. Most tteokbokki places will have aprons available to protect your clothes. Pretty good tip, right? We had so much stuff here, but this is not the end. The real highlight of this place is that you can make your own fried rice. So bring some rice, kimchi, corn, dry seaweed, a bit of sesame oil, and make some fried rice with the remaining tteokbokki broth. And if you're planning to have fried rice like us, don't forget to order some cheese for it. Seriously, is there anything that doesn't taste better with cheese? Here, you can enjoy tteokbokki, ramen, fried rice, Korean fries, and even ice cream and coffee at a very reasonable price. Is there any reason not to visit here? I don't think so. So if you find yourself in Korea, please stop by this restaurant at least once. Trust me, you will absolutely love this place. Alright, this is the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching, and if you enjoyed this video and want to see more food adventures in Korea, please hit the like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.
킹한 걸 까먹고 있다. 엄청 시리다. 와. 아우.